lung,
lung, lung,
lung.
lung.
The chest pains is all due to a mass on my lung. Lung.
Oh my God. Men like old times with black lung, black lung, black lung.
You know you're not allowed to smoke indoors,
Yes.
and you know smoking is one of the leading causes of lung cancer, lung cancer, lung cancer.
Yes, I do.
Cancer because it was the cigarettes, right? The cigarettes?
Yeah, lung cancer 10 years ago.
Lung cancer. You started chain smoking when I blew myself up.
Hey, can I bum a cigarette?
We don't smoke. Sorry.
Yeah, I shouldn't either. My mom died from lung cancer when she was 47. It was like the worst, most tragic thing ever.
I had an uncle who died of lung cancer. It was not pretty.
This room here is a sanctimony-free room.
Tension pneumothorax, punctured lung. Beth, I need a large hollow needle in that cabinet.
I've got lung cancer.
Shoulder and hip through and through, right lung and lower left quadrant. No visible exit wounds.
Get a hug. Give you a lung.
Oh, come here, you!
purchase,
Purchase. Purchase.
Purchase. Purchase.
Gentlemen, due to demand, we are now limiting each customer's purchase to a total of 2 liters of water.
We're very good friends with a couple named Lewis and Clark. Clark bought a big sparkly belt in New Orleans that he calls his Louisiana Purchase. Purchase. Purchase.
Care to purchase a Tamagotchi or 90210 Oreo cupcake? I won't bother you, but I think you'll be excited when I tell you that it's only my second day and I already learned how to make money on the purchase of cake mix.
I'm seeing at least a dozen houses here that were purchased by the Osiris Corporation. Most of those max remodeled.
Honey, it's okay. You don't have to get me anything in return.
Of course I do. The essence of the custom is that I now have to go out and purchase for you a gift of commensurate value and representing the same perceived level of friendship as that represented by the gift you've given me.
That is very interesting because we checked your credit cards and you've never made a purchase anywhere near Capital Mutual Bank.
Now, I've been trying to find Daisy a birthday present, and the pressure to make the right purchase is nothing like looking for a house when you're pregnant. I know that.
Mikhail contacted our office looking to purchase a certain product we make. But legal did a background check and they refused the purchase order.
Well, a few years ago, Anthony Shu used an umbrella company to purchase a chain of dry cleaners from one of our subsidiaries.
Then we'll have to purchase another plane ticket, won't we?
Wait, we're flying?
That's the king really brought all these wealthy women here to vie to purchase his son. Poor Prince Henry.
captive,
Captive.
Captive. Captive.
Captive.
I surrender. You may take me captive. Take me captive. Take me captive.
Savage warlord holds him captive. 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 The Abyssinian cannot...
That's hers.
Then she went into a private place and slaughtered half a dozen.
Be held captive, captive, captive by a boy.
What kind of business?
A captive hostile. How far can I take this?
She is my lost captive, and no longer lies long.
Father will be pleased to hear that. He so enjoys it when his captives are willing to play along.
Oh.
It kept us alive, but it has also held us captive.
That is why when he realized he'd impregnated his captive, he veered from what we believe to be his pattern. He,
Captive biters.
Why would you have captive biters?
What do you want?
I was brought here captive. You were here the day I was taken.
After the curse broke, I searched all over for you and discovered the Dark One still had you captive.
He wasn't holding me captive.
Look at you all. A captive audience. I could play with you like a pack of dolls, couldn't I?
I can't quiet the voices. We know that you're held captive by the witch. Do you know where she is? Yeah, she's...
Again. Wait. You want to sneak into Rumpel's castle where he's being held captive by the Wicked Witch?
Urge.
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 Line of thinking, his motive is a primal urge to kill, primal urge to kill, primal urge to kill. Regardless of who the victim is, he kills at random.
Why is he talking about tombstones? If you want to continue your useless existence, I strongly urge a sincere apology to Miss Finnegan O'Neill.
I guess you could just call that an urge.
And is that to do with what Dr.
Officials say that one of the reporters had this massive, crazy urge to have some awesomely amazing sex.
And then those guys cheat. And it's not because the wife is some horrible, frigid bitch, but it's because they all have this primal urge to seek variety.
Pieces of shit. I mean, you know what it's like, the urges. I've done things I'm ashamed of.
I think guitars and garbage work just as well.
Got the urge to play last night. Had to go all the way back to my apartment.
You feel pressure. We need you to tell us when the urge to void becomes unbearable.
Why are we doing this?
Because I don't want to wake up one morning with a sudden urge to blow my brains out.
How madly in love you are with your new little baby, and I'm going to have to resist the urge to say, I told you so.
Who are they all?
Does anyone else have a sudden urge to run to the streets screaming they're here?
Malcolm might get word. He already knows I have my doubts. Besides, I'm getting the urge to take out the Queen's Gambit for another voyage.
All over the loudspeaker.
Hello.
An end to him deciding we're here to please him whenever the urge arises.
Performance. Performance. Performance.
Performance.
Performance.
All right, ladies, drop the act. Your performance is over. Performance is over. Performance is over.
Actually, our performance is just about to start.
We could even do a performance at the banquet if you like.
Oh, you do that for me?
It's an emergency. Has anyone here ever seen a performance at the Cedar Lake Ballet Company?
Are you messing with us? Like, is this some sort of performance?
There'll be 100 performances, no more, no less. 5 performances a week, no matinees.
Mr. Mansfield, given the Chicago office's poor performance, perhaps they're in need of more oversight.
Oh, this is the best part. I basically compare our performance to our clients and I name names, which is pretty ballsy.
Used to maintain peak lubricity in high-performance engines.
Thank you. Lovely performance. And you don't feel your performance is ready?
Well, I'm still honing my performance. That's what previews are for, and I just...
1PP, they want me to take you off shift tonight for a performance review.
These numbers show QC's performance under Mr. Queen's management.
This guy's mother orchestrated the whole thing. It was a performance.
Drug use, decline in academic performance, but we didn't think he'd ever do something like this.
No one's gonna believe that.
Yes, they will.
Entertainment. Entertainment.
Entertainment. Entertainment.
Entertainment.
Rooms, world-class entertainment, and food. The perfect place for a last-minute wedding.
It's a area. This is the entertainment for Rumpus Room.
There will be entertainment as well.
Perhaps I should be surprised.
Get an awesome job in the entertainment industry. You'll be super organized and dress really well. You'll smell good.
Please enjoy our New Year's Eve entertainment as...
Go into entertainment or business. Go open a fucking restaurant in Costa Rica. Anything.
Much as I enjoy the entertainment, senor, we came here to talk to the Duke about hiring his mercenaries, not a...
Put a little entertainment center in
Was it built-ins?
You. I created this for entertainment use only. I never intended for it to hurt anybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, your entertainment for the next 3 days.
Courtesy.
Courtesy. Courtesy.
Courtesy.
Courtesy.
And who are we to warrant any courtesy? Courtesy. Courtesy.
Don't be difficult, Granny.
Where's Rose? Have we lost her?
So much for professional courtesy. Professional courtesy. Professional courtesy.
Once they find out about your experience in the field, they'll probably have you running the place.
Well, are you enjoying your vacation?
Yeah, this is a courtesy call, Lieutenant.
On.
I'm still working the Greeley case until I hear otherwise from the boss.
When I called you to notify you that the sweep was happening, I did it out of respect and courtesy, and you've made me regret that now.
Why are you doing this?
$200 a day, courtesy of your lovely mother. You get your way, I'm gonna need all the canteen money I can scrape together.
You guys let us know when you're done.
Oh, I'm done, and thank you for the courtesy.
I used to take you on my knee and tell you wild tales, which you always did me the great courtesy of believing. Now you are grown.
If you don't want to talk to me, fine. At least have the courtesy to hide.
Yeah, courtesy of my daughter-in-law and several thousand other people at Olympia.
Not me. A harmless courtesy address.
A lie. Take it out.
Worthy.
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 She always left clues behind for her little sister Ruthie, or anyone else she deemed worthy. Worthy. Worthy.
Rumors are true. I've decided to retire and pass the baton to a worthy successor. Worthy successor. Worthy successor.
You hate it so much, it's the only place you can stay. It's the only place you're worthy of. Worthy of. Worthy of.
Riven.
He wasn't worthy of your gift.
You stole it.
The virtue of a republic like Florence, offices go to the most worthy.
Those who would join me at my table be similarly worthy.
What was that?
As I mentioned before, I think the work done here is very worthy.
And I hear from the feds, you're the kind of guy who's always looking to invest in worthy causes.
You were worthy.
No. Then he may be worthy of our judgment.
And so he proved himself worthy of greater responsibility.
No, of course not. It's not possible to be a hero when there's nobody worthy of saving.
Are there awards for tree trimming? Because this is award worthy. He believes you're worthy too.
Physicist.
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 I'm Tom. I'm a physicist. If you want to keep doing...
I'm a physicist too. I'm a physicist too. I'm a physicist too.
What did you think I was, a housewife?
He was a theoretical physicist. He was trying to isolate new energy sources.
Why would anyone target him for that?
Because she's lovely.
Born physicist, born physicist, born physicist, with a better mind for mathematics than I ever had.
I am a writer, a doctor, a nuclear physicist, a theoretical philosopher. But above all, I am a man.
Travel restrictions. Unsettling. They're not physicists. They're not engineers. They think it's just going to go away. They live in a fantasy parallel universe.
Big Bang. So let's look at theoretical physicist and Nobel Prize winner Steven Weinberg's description of what the Big Bang would have looked like. And since he's an atheist...
Electromagnetic fields, and they're interfering with some people's brainwaves.
What are you, a nuclear physicist?
Nothing so glamorous. I'm a high school science teacher.
That's fascinating. Today's physicists have always regarded programmable matter as nothing more than a theory, but I guess your shapeshifter proves it can be done.
Why don't I think of that?
That's okay.
You've been busy, and you're not a quantum physicist. It's completely understandable.
It allows electricity to flow around me as I climb the fence.
You're a physicist.
Electrical lineman.
Vehicle.
Vehicle. Vehicle. Vehicle. Vehicle.
My kids.
And yet I see no kids emerging from the vehicle.
Well, we were chatting.
Stocks of raw materials, gas, factory ships, transport of vehicles, and cruise ships.
Vehicle recovery services.
Yeah, this is Detective Fusco, shield number 7645. I'm trying to turn on the locator in a stolen vehicle. Report number is Lima 377.
All right, turn around, guys. Chop, guys, turn around. This vehicle was involved in a hit and run the other night.
This is Officer Burton. I have an abandoned vehicle registered to a missing person, one Martha Hooper. Please advise.
Orson once threw half a diet soda at a man, but we were in a moving vehicle, so I don't... License plate numbers.
Hundreds of them, along with the registered address of each vehicle.
Why would you have that?
Look at the plate numbers.
Livery truck stolen a few days ago.
Their truck matches the make and model of the truck the thief used to steal the centrifuge. Can you track the vehicle?
We've been trying. Maybe it's not the cold confines of a moving vehicle that brings out the worst in my kids. Maybe...
As I was saying, our perp yanked 3 ATMs after he boosted the vehicle. ATM security cameras caught him on video.
Missed, you know why I pulled you over? Your vehicle was swerving.
Sorry about that.
Yellow cab driver, get out of your vehicle. Get out of your vehicle now.
Adoption.
Adoption. Adoption.
Adoption. Adoption.
Bottoms out. She starts bawling about the baby that she gave up for adoption. She disappears below deck.
I was given up for adoption when I was born. Angelo knew I always wanted to find out where I came from.
And that file had your adoption papers, with your birth parents' names.
I nodded and called an adoption agency. When your father ran off with that waitress.
I'm guessing they'll think adoption.
You're risking your career here.
I'm talking about before, when she gave that baby up for adoption.
Cinda told you about that?
Why not? Because of Katie. Her adoption wasn't legal, and if it comes out, we'll lose her.
You know, we already have adoption days every Saturday. Tell your friends.
But the only people who can help us fill those blanks are the biological parents.
But it was a closed adoption. There's no way to contact them.
Sydney, grab a pencil. There's an adoption agency in Boston on Dartmouth Street.
Say again?
This is a closed adoption, which means you'll never be able to contact your child's birth parents.
Congratulations. Your adoption is finalized. She's all yours.
Heading.
Heading. Heading. Heading. Heading.
It's heading towards us.
Heading back to the safe room. I want all teams to floor 40.
It's not going to be enough, John.
We'll find them.
I thought you said you were heading west. Where are you?
What time should we start heading down to the banquet?
I believe the invitation said it started at 6, so...
Okay, buddy, it's a brand new day. We're all rested up, and we're heading into the village.
Oh, nice dress. Where are you headed?
Upstairs.
Heading out?
Yes, meeting with the financial planners.
Heading towards Adams and O'Neill. At the clip he's going, he's got to be in a vehicle.
Chin, we got Randall heading east on Holloway Boulevard. Let's box him in from the west.
Okay, guys, we got the suspects. They're heading south in a maroon SUV.
Passing in the southern mountains. Heading for Arundel. Led by Prince Hans.
Tidy. 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 Tidy.
Tidy.
I've been coming here for more than 40 years, keeping this place tidy, tidy, tidy.
Why don't you go on inside, tidy up, and cook us whatever food you can find.
Okay, Hunter.
And I do my own laundry. I keep my room tidy, tidy, tidy.
Duncan, this...
I intend to tidy up this grave.
Getting late.
I don't care.
Look, I'm not saying it's tidy. It's a hotel once.
Yeah, Jimmy's room had a little tidy up in there.
Ah, the toilet's looking nice, Mr. Hayward.
Yeah.
Why are you here?
For money. The Holy Father paid my forces a tidy sum to take Florence.
But on the plus side, he's tidy and has a decent job.
Sorry, Mr. Hodes, you can't take the chair.
There's a tidy little lie where you come out victorious. Congratulations.
Is the library tidy?
Yes, Mrs. Hughes.
Good. I want the dining room given a proper going over today.
Deaf.
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 She's deaf. She's deaf. She's deaf. So unless one of you can sign...
He'll be blind in one eye. Most likely deaf. Most likely deaf. Most likely deaf.
With gentamicin when we thought it was bacterial, which means a dose of amphotericin B we'll need to cure him will probably leave him deaf, deaf, deaf.
We're closed. No! Joe! You deaf? I said
Hey, are you deaf?
Didn't hear her.
Come on, deaf girl on Dewey Street could hear.
She's not deaf, she just talks weird.
Daredevil. He's blind, not deaf.
Go away. You deaf? I said go away.
Hi.
Oh, he can't hear you.
Oh.
Deaf since birth.
Can we start over? May I offer you an apology?
Deaf ears, Frank.
Skeptical.
Skeptical. Skeptical. Skeptical. Skeptical.
You can probably guess how many pan out. I wasn't the only one who was skeptical. 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 It's 3:37 p.m. You're skeptical. You're skeptical. You're skeptical.
Begged her to look into the case, and she agreed to because she believed me.
Yeah, well, I'm a little more skeptical. Skeptical. Skeptical.
I can vouch for that.
Million. You put in 100, we'll put in 100. We'll triple it in 6 months. I was skeptical, so go check it out.
Can you believe this? Talking dogs? I'm skeptical.
I was skeptical about the jeans and t-shirt, but I like it. Any chance the photographer could fire off a couple solo shots?
Some of my more skeptical friends refuse to believe your children even exist.
Why?
Because you have a skeptical mind.
About this project he was working on. I was skeptical, but when I saw his code, I couldn't believe my eyes, so I decided to help him.
If I hadn't lived through the last couple of weeks, I would be just as skeptical. It's one of the reasons we wanted to keep this quiet until we had a chance to talk.
You're skeptical. He's skeptical.
Should I call Trisha?
No.
Ignorance. Ignorance.
Ignorance.
Ignorance.
Ignorance.
Apparently ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is bliss.
Whatever you're doing, just let somebody else do it. Come on over and have a drink.
They say ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is bliss.
Another time.
You gotta stop watching the news.
That's your big solution? Embrace ignorance? Ignorance? Ignorance?
What are you two arguing about?
Ignorance brings chaos, not knowledge. I'll build a computer and download all my knowledge in it.
Breathe in truth, breathe out ignorance.
You run into freezers, I practice ignorance and blackout drinking.
No tree-shaking behemoths. French transmissions, just sweet bloody ignorance.
The what?
You know what? Ignorance is bliss.
Chili. Real chili has no beans in it. But you're from a foreign land, so your ignorance is forgiven.
Now, this is a fairly well-known moment, even though it was never televised. Watch.
It is this ignorance to the light of God that led to their doom.
In retrospect, your life doesn't exist outside the laws of nature.
Then, in ignorance, I await my own surprise.
You got a point, Jerry.
Your ignorance is adorable.
What?
You can't have your blissfully ignorant wife
lose either her bliss or ignorance. Watch Anna.
Morning.
Mastering the tools of ignorance, I see.
Trying to. Practicing forcible entry.
Jewel.
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 I know it doesn't look like much now, but this is gonna be my crown jewel, crown jewel, crown jewel.
Buy jewels and clothes and go dancing.
I'm a very good dancer. I'm sure I could get used to yachts and jewels. Jewels. Jewels.
What did you say?
Remember, Frank? Your next job. You deal in diamonds and jewels. You deal in diamonds and jewels. You deal in diamonds and jewels. The most valued by the ounce.
Sure it was Alan?
Yeah, he pulled up in a Range Rover and went in with a suitcase.
Could be the jewels.
And again, last night.
The Da Vinci Sforza, the jewel of the sale.
The Imperial jewels will be transported through town on their way to the capital. You will take out the guards, steal the jewels, and bring them back here.
Whoa! Hostage-taking jewel thief, for example.
Any idea what he's after? Victorian jewels, Fabergé egg, some sketches by Matisse. I'd go for the jewels. That's the egg. They got jewels and stolen cars. I don't got that kind of money there.
It's not that one.
Just really good.
Best safecracker, best bomber, best jewel thief, and now best hacker.
Caution. 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 Caution.
Caution.
Following my orders, so don't expect me to follow yours. We will use caution, caution, caution. But it is our duty to follow through on this.
Sweep and clear the rest of this hole. Use caution, use caution, use caution.
Yes, sir.
Can you help me?
Of course I can, but a word of caution, caution, caution. Ask yourself, is this something you're ready for?
You're a caution. You know what a caution is?
Yes, it is I! Come to marry my bride. And you, sir, have been taken by surprise. Caution. This next scene could get pretty graphic.
Disposal in order to realize my goals. Clever. But I'd caution you not to be too clever around me.
This matter demands investigation.
I would caution you to consider whom will be implicated.
Actually gonna let me eat this?
Oh, you've been working so hard, off on business trips all the time. Tonight, we throw caution and cholesterol to the wind.
Nothing compared to what might happen if we affect the timeline, which means proceeding with all caution.
Drinking for months. Have you seen him?
Yeah, we moved to the corner. This building is compromised. Everybody proceed with caution.
Cavalry, transformer took some serious damage when he hit, and I've got live wires I'm trying to keep clear of.
Copy 81. Proceed with extreme caution.
Slash.
Slash. Slash.
Slash.
Slash.
Slash, slash, slash. Don't stab. Make it deep.
When we go out on runs, he'd bash somebody's skull, slash somebody's throat, slash somebody's throat, slash somebody's throat. And say, never waste a bullet.
You're crazy.
You're crazy / beautiful. Whatever.
Hey, neighbor / boyfriend.
Hi, neighbor / girlfriend.
Well, in high school, there was Marcus.
Quarterback / homecoming king.
No.
I don't want to be another washed-up jock / war vet like him. There's more to life.
We created the Panama Canal, a slash of 80 kilometers right through the jungle.
Anybody know any artists / welders around here?
Damon, someone slashed the tires.
It's a loony bin.
/ health resort.
Okay, Hunter, type this in. C:/system / request user. Hunter. Oh, God, Hunter, please tell me you know which one is /.
Yes, typing.
Oh, look. It's Catherine's boss / ex-boyfriend, Billy, is that his name? Yes, you know his name is Billy.
Do you know how many tires got slashed that day?
15 years he were ganging.
Benefits.
Benefits.
Benefits. Benefits.
Benefits.
You're in demolitions?
Yeah.
Early discharge, no benefits? No benefits? No benefits?
That woman and her husband had them chained in their basement, collecting their benefits. Collecting their benefits. Collecting their benefits.
One who killed species? Cui bono, with species dead. Tessie benefits. Tessie benefits. Tessie benefits. His death helped.
Solidarity is the most important thing here. When unions fall out, it's management that benefits.
Most civilized. I imagine there is no end to the benefits Thomas Hamilton's favor could bestow upon you.
Dead people don't want anything. It's one of the benefits of being dead.
I was dead.
And contracted START Labs to develop enhanced gene therapies for soldiers. I was interested in the potential medical benefits for civilians.
It's got to hit home for you. HPD is going to cut his family off from all the benefits he earned. Right, they're going to put him on the street.
Like he has any classified government secrets or anything. Who benefits? Anybody selling bottled water or gasoline?
You can see this. It was on an infomercial. Insomnia, one of the benefits you see.
But, as you've insulted me, you shall not reap the benefits.
Fitness bonuses, reduced benefits. All stuff I have very strong opinions about. Then, these two are life insurance and pension forms, and they both go to the Pension Benefits Department.
Carbon. Carbon. Carbon.
Carbon.
Carbon.
1919. Carbon dioxide, 0.5%. Under his bed, and then it evaporated, turned to carbon dioxide. He died in his sleep. No one was any the wiser.
The tip was slightly charred. Carbon scoring, carbon scoring, carbon scoring from where it struck the bullet.
He was a high school teacher. One time he taught about carbon dioxide by making grape soda in class.
After some type of specialized polymer, which is stronger than your typical carbon fiber. This is a custom job.
The vigilante much thought.
Police reports show that he uses carbon arrows, but if he switched to an aluminum carbon composite, he would have far better penetration.
Sure, I'm thinking some sort of composite or high-density plastic.
Reinforced with carbon fiber. Oh, that's weird. It almost feels like it's
vibrating.
Yeah.
It's called carbine. An allotrope of carbon found in stardust. 3 times harder than diamond.
This morning, and Coast Guard didn't find any other debris.
It's like carbon graphite.
So no ID on the Vic. COD was a single carbon arrow through the chest.
Carbon monoxide, almost 800 parts per million here. Let's move!
He's owned by the auto industry. His stance on carbon emissions is deplorable.
Apology.
Apology.
Apology. Apology. Apology.
I want an apology. 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 They worked our husbands to death.
Let's just face it,
He wanted the past dead and me along with it. Apology accepted, by the way. Apology accepted, by the way. Apology accepted, by the way.
No more secrets, right?
Prove it.
Right, you know my mum's birthday, right? Right, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. And, you know...
Apology accepted. Apology accepted. Apology accepted.
Great, thanks.
My beloved husband was dying, weeping with apology and professing his love for me and our 20-year marriage.
What is it you want from me?
An apology would be nice.
I am sorry, Elizabeth.
Jesus, Celia.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry about that, too. Do you forgive me?
That's it? That's all you're sorry for?
What else is there?
Apology accepted.
So I should feel guilty?
I think an apology is in order.
I'm sorry.
Can't believe I thought you worked for the FBI.
Apology accepted.
You look nice, by the way.
Merci.
Where is everybody? I owe you an apology.
Consider that my apology.
Gesture.
Gesture.
Gesture. Gesture. Gesture.
For help.
Committing a suicidal gesture says otherwise.
It wasn't a gesture. Gesture. Gesture.
Well, you tell Matt I appreciate the gesture, but I've got to get a job. A real job.
You bought us Taco Bell.
Eric, honestly, that was a sincere gesture. Gesture.
Compromise you. Unless it was done in innocence. The fatherly gesture.
In competition, she started caressing her own hand.
A self-comforting gesture. Yeah, it could have been a cultural gesture. Maybe he looked down to show his respect.
Right embarrassment to me.
I've ever had my entire life, you know. And then I think, by offering it to you instead of taking it for myself is sort of a romantic gesture, you know?
Faggot?
Who was that?
Who do you think, faggot? Now he's giving you a lewd gesture.
It's a guy thing.
I won't even speak if you don't want me to. I'll just, gesture, like those baseball signals. Whatever you want.
Dana's gesture is the kind that we don't often see. Clear-eyed, determined.
Want to appease you.
These weren't reparations. It's just a simple gesture of remorse, and she slapped it down. Oh! It's a symbolic gesture.
This arrangement, I help you, you help me. All right, how about a gesture of faith? It'd have to be a hell of a gesture.
Ancestor. Ancestor.
Ancestor.
Ancestor. Ancestor.
The ancestors created songs for everything. For every rock and tree. And they're all linked, so...
When your ancestors were living in trees and painting themselves blue.
Which ancestors are they? Apes or Gellhorns?
Mother believed so in ancestors. She would never have left anything to an outsider.
However, since my ancestors founded Gatlin, my holdings do give me a little leverage.
You think you're pretty smart, don't you? It's all right. I'm not offended by those things you said about my ancestors. Totally cool with it. You should see your ancestors. 3 words. Ugly.
She's just a poor, innocent girl trying to live the American dream, just like your ancestors.
I started with the family history of Robert Townsend, the man they think is Mozzie's ancestor.
And?
His lineage ends with his son, and little is known about his family after he died in 1838. But guess who's the mother of his son?
You got me.
Agent 355.
The ancestor of our librarian.
That got me thinking, what if I track her ancestry or other culprit spies? I might figure out who 723 is today.
My ancestors may do without irrigation systems or DVD players.
Then they'll send us back a report telling us all about our ancestors. Neat, huh?
Wow.
My family is the history of heart disease. There's a cave painting in France of one of my ancestors doing this.
Exposure.
Exposure.
Exposure. Exposure. Exposure.
Even if everything goes without a hitch, the 100 would die from exposure before relief arrives.
We all have them in case of exposure. In case of exposure. In case of exposure. Would you like to see the exit wound?
Exactly. That will ensure maximum exposure of talent to press.
There's no way I can have this kind of exposure. I can't cover for you anymore.
And got 2 tickets for indecent exposure.
Science.
It's not wishful thinking. One second fine, the next bang isn't how exposure to radiation presents.
It's on the copycat archer instead of the undertaking. As for our collateral damage, I had to limit our exposure.
I see.
People showing symptoms.
Well, maybe exposure was selective. The count contaminated something that only certain people like you and Dawn are concerned.
You would never risk the exposure.
You're right.
It's consistent with exposure to poison gas.
Warning. Tachyon output has passed acceptable tolerance range. Continued exposure is not recommended.